All right, guys, welcome to the channel. Michael has just informed me this is our first CONMEBOL collab ever, which means this video is guaranteed to be epic. And we're going to be talking about CONMEBOL players in a make or break year. I got a list. Michael's got a list. We both talk about CONMEBOL on our channels. Make sure you subscribe to both of us. Drop your nominations down below in the comments. This will be a bit of a hater video, but those are typically the ones you guys enjoy the most. And follow us on social media. Links in the description. Michael, you're the guest, man. Who's got to get going from South America this season?
Okay, do you want a spicy name or just medio? Medio picante.
Let's go
Which one do
medio.
you want?
Let's
Medio?
let's go
Okay.
medio. We don't want to pull a muscle, so let's
We don't want to
warm
pull
up.
muscle. Okay, I'm gonna go to Quito. Although this guy wasn't born in Ecuador, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm actually gonna go with Jeremy Sarmiento. This is a make or break season for Sarmiento. One with Brighton, because he didn't have a great loan spell at Burnley. And two, he ain't in the picture anymore for the national team. And what are Ecuador going to play next year, people? All of my picks, by the way, I don't have any Peruvians. I don't have any Chileans. I'm sorry, I don't have any Bolivians. This is strictly World Cup based for the countries.
Yeah.
Ecuador are playing at the World Cup. Sarmiento's not in the starting 11. I don't think even Sarmiento's on the bench right now. He needs game time. Club-wise, I'm really worried about Sarmiento. His performances, because at the Copa America, he was still a valuable player for Ecuador. But since Becasese has come to the national team, I haven't seen anything from Sarmiento. And club-wise, his career is very much a strange position where he wants to kind of break through Brighton, but he can't get the minutes, so he needs to make a move. I think a move to a La Liga team would be perfect. I think, to be honest, go to Real Betis, Sarmiento. Go to Real Betis, start cooking there, or go to Real Sociedad and play consistent minutes. Now he needs minutes.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, he's not getting minutes at Brighton right now. He's just going to be a bench player. So if you're a bench player at Brighton and you see players like Kendrick Pais, Alan Minda, Angulo now at Anderlecht, Sarmiento might miss the World Cup. He needs to make a move ASAP.
There's actually a lot of Ecuadorian wingers projecting upwards. There's still a lot of potential and a lot of question marks across Ecuador's attack, but at least there are a bunch of guys who look like they're making good career decisions. I don't know what's going to happen with Kendrick Pies. He might make this list next year. Tune back in. We'll see how things go down. Sarmiento's a great shout. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Since Becasese took over, he's a non-factor. He doesn't play. He plays John Yaboa, Alan Minda. Yeah, Sarmiento, like Pretty Boy Jeremy, he's just over there in England chilling.
Pretty boy
Fun fact, when I had blonde hair, I was playing pickup in Ecuador, in Quito. Shout out to Martin from Ecuador Heroes. And his soccer buddies called me Jeremy because I had blonde hair, just like Jeremy Sarmiento at the time. I didn't get it at first. I was like, what are they like? He's like, oh, because you're blonde. So they think you look like Jeremy. I'm like, I'll take it. Honestly, there could be way worse nicknames for an American in the middle of Quito playing footy. Yeah, that's a great shout. I think he's not good enough for Brighton. That's the black pill truth. He's not good enough. Not even close. I would say like he's significantly below some of the other guys at Brighton who already have question marks. Like look at somebody like Buenanote. Like Buenanote might have a bit of uncertainty as well, and he was pretty good for Leicester in the Prem last season. I mean, they sucked, but he was okay as an individual. Jeremy Sarmiento's not even there. So I completely agree with you. Get out of England. Because Burnley didn't even work. So, I'd be looking at Italy. I'd be looking at La Liga would be perfect. Like, even him at Celta de Vigo or Valencia, I think would be so good. Dude, if he goes to Sevilla and it's him on the left, Luca Bacchio outright, we might have something.
Cinema.
We might have something to celebrate in southern Spain for the first time in years. That'd be incredible.
Do you think
this is a painful one
right now for Ecuador?
Yes.
Would he be on the plane to the United States?
I would say yes, because he's still a pretty saucy player who can take his man one-on-one, and I think you just can't have enough of those guys on the team for a struggling offensive side such as Ecuador. That's a great name, though. Is he going to go out on loan? Do you know if there's any rumors of that?
No, I think he just scored in a friendly for Brighton, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't think he should stick around. You have Mitoma on one side, you have Minte on the other side. You're not starting Sarmiento. Go, you know what? Go to Feyenoord. Take a step back. Go to the Eredivisie. Develop a little bit more. I think Feyenoord would be a good shout. I think La Liga would be a good shout. I think those are two good destinations for Sarmiento. But he needs to make a move. If he doesn't make a move, I'm sorry, I don't think he's making it to the final 26-man squad.
Yeah, go to Alkmaar. Go anywhere where you get minutes in a still respectable league. Just don't go to Qatar. That's all I ask of you. Okay, that's a great nomination. That makes me sad. I do still have hope for Sarmiento, but
I do as well.
Yeah, he's got to choose his next move very wisely. I'm gonna go to another team that's probably gonna be at the World Cup. I'm gonna say Ramon Sosa from Paraguay, who transferred to the team that I'm wearing right now. I don't know. I think I'm blocking it. There we go. Palmeiras. For me, Ramon Sosa this season has to prove he's more than an Energizer bunny. That he's more than a guy who's aggressive, who tries hard. That's great. I need to start seeing some results here. Move to Forest. I think he scored in his first game or second game. Nothing afterwards. For Paraguay, this is very similar to Sarmiento. Dude, he lost his spot. He does not start under Gustavo Alfaro. He starts either Diego Gomez or Matías Fonda. He's got to get going. I think he'll make the plane. That'd be crazy. He'll make the plane.
Oh, yeah.
But if we're talking about like what could have been Paraguay's three-headed attack, I don't know if he's still part of that picture. I think he's been replaced. And so Palmeiras is a great club. Brazil's a great league. If he's putting up, John Arias numbers, 8 goals, 6 assists per season, he's fine. But he cannot flop in this position. He's competing with Felipe Anderson, I believe, for minutes there. So it's not going to be easy. But he's got to get going, man.
No, I'm sorry. If you cannot beat a washed-up Felipe Anderson, you're just going to be a bench player for Paraguay. And you'll be an Energizer bunny off the bench. He's actually gotten to a very good situation. Good league, good coach, and you got Gustavo Gomez as well there. You have Paraguayan guys in the locker room. You have to perform if you're Ramon Sosa. I think going to the Premier League was a bit too big of a jump for him. I think maybe going to like a La Liga team would have been good for Ramon Sosa, but the Nottingham Forest, it was always going to be difficult when you got players like Elanga and you have Gibbs White. You have so many good players of forwards. It was always going to be difficult to break through if you're Sosa. Going to Palmeiras, Copa Libertadores, Brasileiro, Abel Ferreira, good moment. Now he's got to perform. Otherwise, bench player for Paraguay, Gustavo Alvaro realizes that. Like, if you're not performing for the national team, if you're not performing at club level, you'll hold the bench. So I think for Sosa, it's a big season.
He hasn't scored since the Copa America.
For Paraguay?
For Paraguay.
Yeah. I was trying to think. It's mostly been Enciso in the forward line and Gomez with that golazo against Brazil. Jeez.
Yeah.
It's been a while for Sosa.
Sanabria's got like 3 or 4
Sanabria
maybe.
As well, yeah, because he's got the bicycle kick goal against Argentina. Obviously, center backs get some goals too. So, Sosa.
My boy Alderete, I think, has one.
Oh, Alderete, of course. I mean, so Sosa's he probably is the Paraguayan, when you're thinking of like national team wise, that has the biggest make or break season. He's got the biggest question mark about him.
So you would agree with me nominating him?
Yes. Either him or then, the backup striker, Pita.
Pita. I don't know where he plays club.
Was he?
But yeah, Pita too. That guy
Pita
better get going. Yeah, huge pressure for Pita this season. Why don't you give us somebody else you got on the list?
Okay, now we go to Picante.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it with Gran Colombia, and we're gonna go to the Colombian national team. Jhon Duran has a big season ahead of him. Very big season.
I love it.
He should have been the guy. He should have been the next Falcao. He should have been the next Jackson Martinez when Jackson Martinez was very good in 2014. Jhon Duran had everything on a golden plate for him. Now, people can criticize the move to Al Nassr. It's life-changing money. I'm not going to dispute against the player if they want life-changing money for him and his family. I will always respect that, but it's going to hurt his career. But the Al Nassr move, even Al Nassr fans are saying this guy's a fraud. I've been seeing it in some comment sections. I'm
crazy.
Like, wow, is this really gone that bad? But now he made a loan move to Fenerbahce, which I think is a great opportunity for him. You're under Jose Mourinho. I don't care what people say about Mourinho's football. it will sometimes get trophies. And the one thing Mourinho always does is revitalize careers. He did the same thing for Snyder, Cambiasso. You could say the same thing for Eto'o. What he did for Inter, gave an opportunity to Pogba, all these sort of players that have developed under Mourinho. I think Jhon Duran really is in a make or break situation. I think he will still go to the World Cup next year, but your starting position is under massive threat right now. Not by one guy, but two guys. Cucho and now Luis Suarez, who made the move to Sporting. You have competition in your starting striker position role. Jhon Duran is in a massive make or break situation. I don't think, because he's still young in his career, he will still have a prosperous future, hopefully, club-wise and national team-wise. But specifically for this upcoming World Cup, if you want to start, you got to have a good season if you're Jhon Duran. He's got the talent. I don't think anybody will deny Jhon Duran has talent. One, it's been mentality. And two, focus. Hopefully Mourinho can bring it to him. And now he can focus on his footballing career, do well at Fenerbahce, and translate it to the national team. Because his last national team appearance, it was a Hall of Shame performance, people. And there was all those rumors, even though I think they were denied about the beef up and fighting with Nestor Lorenzo. I think those were denied. But still, it's like those sort of rumors are not good for your career. Hopefully Mourinho can fix his career. But Jhon Duran is in a tricky situation. Got competition. Beforehand, he didn't have competition. Now he's got it.
Yeah, if Mourinho can't get his head on straight, then I think he's done. And it's insane the rise and fall of Duran in the last 2 years. Going from like an absolute nobody to like the next darling of Colombia to the greatest super sub striker in the Prem, down to the depths of he might be fighting with James Rodriguez. He's got 8 goals in Saudi Arabia. And now his position with the national team is under question. It's been a complete seesaw. And this guy needs a season of stability. And if he can't get goals at the 9 for Fenerbahce, when 49-year-old Edin Dzeko is getting 15 goals per season. No, but I'm saying in the past, Edin Dzeko's getting 15 goals per season, being a grandfather. And Jhon Duran is 23 years old. And Fenerbahce also signed Atakoglu, I think, today or yesterday.
Yeah, they're trying to sign him.
Or they're trying to sign him. So I saw a picture of it. It might not be confirmed. You got to cook. You have to cook at Fenerbahce. 15 goals minimum for Jhon Duran this season. Do you think he can hit that? Do you think I'm being unrealistic, demanding 15 goals?
To be honest, I don't think he starts right now. That's the problem for him. They got En-Nesyri. En-Nesyri is the starter for now for Fenerbahce. Now, if Jhon Duran can leapfrog En-Nesyri, become the starter for Fenerbahce, cook, I'm expecting him to cook them for Colombia because we see what Colombia have. They got creators all over the field, midfield-wise, out wide on the wing. You need to do if you're Jhon Duran. Focus. Mentality has to be there. Don't be a spoiled brat. It's a make or break season for Jhon Duran. For you, is he the starter still for Colombia? If you had to go with the starting 11 for Colombia, is he still the starter?
I think he's the most talented of the 9s.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I still would go with him. I feel kind of sour about the situation because I was really pushing for Duran to start, and then he was absolutely embarrassing in the last 2 games. And that kind of pissed me off. So I'm like, you know what? I don't really know if I want to back this guy anymore publicly. I will say he's the most talented, but I wouldn't blame Lorenzo for keeping him on the bench. He'll make the flight, but I wouldn't blame him for not getting started. I have another tiny one, Colombian player I'm going to throw out there. Juan Cabal, Juventus. We're getting a little niche here. But I've seen a lot of chatter online that Colombians think he can be and should be the starter at left back for the national team. He's coming off a torn ACL for people who don't know. I think he's 24 years old, so not super young, but not like an older player. So there is the potential for recovery at Juventus. He's a converted CB. He's also got, you would know better than me, left back at Juventus right now, Cambiasso, who's ahead of him. Cambiasso, who's ahead of him. Had a decent season last year, and he's Italian, so he's going to get the boost there as well. I think Juan Cabal needs to get minutes this season because his competition at left back, the left back for Colombia, wide open. We want to talk about striker being wide open. They have Cabal, they have Mojica, they have Machado, and they have Borja. They have 4 guys, and they don't know who the left back's going to be. Guess who's playing, though, for the Selección, Michael? All of them except Cabal.
Cabal.
So if he wants to make the World Cup squad, if he wants to be even part of Colombia's plans going forward, he's got to play. And I think the weirdest part about this is he's by far the youngest guy. Mojica's 32, Machado's 31, Borja's 32. This is there for the taking. But if he folds, it's probably going to be Mojica again. It's going to be a big missed opportunity. And I wonder if he survives another bad season at Juventus. Like Colombia, he will get another opportunity. But what do you think? Do you think he's got one more season in Juventus if this one doesn't go well?
To be honest, he was actually phenomenal before he got the ACL injury for Juventus. He was cooking with Mota. At the left back position, kind of playing left wing back as well. And then the injury happened, ACL. It's like, fuck. New signing to Juventus. He was really, really promising. He didn't cost a lot of money. I think it was from Hellas Verona. Then he gets the ACL injury. You're like, shit. Now, I don't know what the situation will be because now Igor Tudor is the new manager for Juventus. He plays a back five formation. I don't see Cabal as really as a left wing back option. So then Cabal will have to kind of convert to a left center back. And if he's going to turn into a left center back, his only competition at Juventus is fucking Lloyd Kelly. Excuse my language, people. Lloyd Kelly, who is awful. And Juventus paid 20 million for him. But he's awful, people. Don't even tune in to watch Lloyd Kelly. So if Cabal can't beat Lloyd Kelly to start in the left center back, now I don't think he's played any preseason moments and he's still recovering from the ACL, so that's really going to hamper him, is that ACL recovery. He's got to recover by at least December, start for Juventus, even though Juventus might be in the market still for center back. I personally, I would have Cabal as the starting left back for Colombia because I just think they need a bit more defensive nuance in the center back roles and in the left back because Mojica, great going forward, liability defensively. You already have Munoz on the right side who can push up forward. Diaz can cook by himself all on his own on the left side. Cabal, make or break season. I think he will stay at Juventus and he should fight for his position because his only competition is Lloyd Kelly. The problem would be is if Juventus go and sign a center back. Then I'll be a little bit worried for Cabal.
Do you think making the Juventus starting 11 in the back five, that is what, the left-sided center back, do you think that would hurt his chances with Colombia, though? Because they have pretty good CBs.
But then you can kind of play like a three-man defense if you're Colombia in possession. Then out of possession, you play a back four. I think that's what Néstor Lorenzo, clearly, defensively, Colombia have been shambles since the Copa America. Mojica has been a liability for them. So then you need to play Cabal there as a more solid option. He's decent going forward. He was actually really good going forward for Juventus until the ACL injury. I think he would be the best option. Who else would it be? Machado? Yeah, good player, but kind of plays like... I think he was also kind of playing like as a left wing back for Lens last year. I think Cabal is the solution, but we just don't know what he's going to be like after the injury.
And we don't have a lot of time to integrate him into Colombia. So that's what I'm saying. He's kind of got to get going. I think the Colombian CBs are pretty comfortably Lucumi and Davinson Sanchez, who, say what you will about club, he's actually pretty good for Colombia. Very good, I would say, for Colombia. I would like to see Cabal take that starting left back spot, but I just don't know. I didn't know much about Juventus's new manager either, so I didn't want to speak on that. But I do know there would be direct competition at the left wing back spot at least, and it's going to be interesting to see. Again, I don't think it's make or break in terms of his career is done if this season doesn't go well. But if he gets injured again or he barely features, I wouldn't be surprised if Juve sold him. If he's lucky, he stays in Serie A and then he can bounce back again. But I think the hype around him would take a huge hit if this year doesn't go well.
Yep, agreed.
You got another Colombian? Are there more Colombians in make or break years?
Nope, I don't have any more Colombians. I was trying to think of other ones. You could probably say like Jorge Carrascal, but he just made the move to Flamengo, so let's see how that goes for him. I mean, if you really want to go rogue, you could go like Yerry Mina, but I mean, he's getting old, and you kind of look at the center backs for Colombia, they're pretty good, so Yerry Mina should actually just go away, kind of go away from him. You can just be there as just an experience, but he shouldn't be involved. So I don't think there's a lot of Colombians. I think they're pretty solid in all departments at the moment. I mean, it's a make or break year or make or break 6 games for Néstor Lorenzo, if you want to go away from the
Yeah.
players and go to the manager. But that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah. So why don't you bring us to another nationality?
Okay, we'll go to Copacabana. We'll get a caipirinha. And our good old friend, Rodrygo, is in a very, very tricky situation. Don't know what's going to happen with Real Madrid. It looks like he's going to stay. That's not the greatest option for him. Because the one thing he needs right now, he didn't even play for Carlo Ancelotti. Remember, we do Lengua de la Liga together. He was getting benched by Carlo at the end of the season. If you're getting benched by Carlo, and Carlo's now the Seleção manager, I think Rodrygo is in a very difficult situation. Because now you can kind of see there's more competition for the forward line for Brazil. You got obviously Anthony doing well, Matheus Cunha making the move, João Pedro, you still got Endrick, Vini. Am I missing players, guys?
Savinho,
Rafinha.
Luis Enrique might still have something to say about the
Luis
Selecao.
Enrique still got an option there, so there's a lot of competition that Rodrygo has to beat. And if he doesn't play for the club team, Carlo's not going to pick you. You might be buddies last year, but that sort of buddy relationship kind of went away at the end of with Real Madrid with Carlo. So I feel like Rodrygo's in a really difficult situation. I feel like he should have pushed the move to Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich should have bought him instead of Luis Diaz. That's just my opinion. I think if you're Arsenal, if you're Liverpool, Rodrygo, force a move there. Force a move to one of those two clubs. You're not going to get playing time at Real Madrid. Clearly, Xabi Alonso doesn't rate you. We saw at the Club World Cup. So does Rodrygo just want to be a bench warmer? Talent-wise, he shouldn't be a bench warmer. It's a difficult situation for Rodrygo. Right now, I don't think he's in the Brazilian squad. I don't think he's going to get called up in September.
If he didn't get called up, that would be a crazy downfall. The reason I didn't have him on my list, I had him as an honorable mention, is because he will 100% guaranteed get another shot. I just don't know when it'll be. It might be after the World Cup. So yeah, maybe he loses it for 2026, but he has too much pedigree, too much proven performance with Real Madrid. Somebody will buy him and give him another chance, at which point I would say that would become his make or break. Like if Arsenal bought him, and I mean, he doesn't get minutes over Martinelli, we got problems. We got big problems. And yeah, that's going to be a diabolical situation. I'm going to throw a Brazilian at you. Douglas Luiz. Make or break? Already broken?
Oh, already broken, bro. I threw that away.
Already broken? Okay.
Broken, bro. That's
okay. I had a question mark. I have no
screen.
notes for it at all. Okay. Nothing to see here, folks. Like, just keep it pushing.
No,
out of the squad.
Pushing, bro. That Juventus move was terrible. I think that was kind of PR as well with the girlfriend, all that sort of nonsense. That's kind of like a, oh my God, conspiracy theory sort of going on there with that transfer. I think Douglas Luiz, pecking order wise, 10th choice midfielder at this point.
Yeah.
For Brazil.
Outside the top 7 for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably 4 Brazilians in the Brazilian league above Douglas Luiz at this point.
Yes.
I put Ederson above Douglas Luiz. Guimarães is in there. I mean, yeah, he might be 10th.
Gerson. Guimarães. I mean, there's so many. So, yeah, I think Douglas Luiz is really... He's got to make a move to the Premier League. Ball out there, and maybe Carlo will see you. Because that Juventus, oh my, it was a disaster, bro. Absolute disaster.
All right, we'll take you in La Liga. How about, speaking of La Liga, what about Ronald Araujo?
So now you're more club-wise.
Yes, this is more club-wise. Because I think it's make or break. Yes, although I do think there's an Uruguayan who could potentially replace him in the national team, Santiago Mourinho, who just moved to Villarreal from Atleti for 10 mil. I think he's a good player. I'm actually very excited because we don't have to go on this, but Logan Costa, you saw he tore his ACL. He's out for the season.
Really? He tore his ACL?
Tore his ACL out for the season. Yeah. So Villarreal bought Mourinho, who was pretty good for Alaves last season, to come in. So there's a little bit of threat for Araujo with Uruguay, but he's got to fall off with Barca this year. I think what he's really at risk of is his reputation as an elite center back. I think he might be in a situation where if Barca fans think that he's bad again, because we saw the La Liga dialogue last season. Nobody was happy with Araujo. People blame him for the Inter Milan defeat and not making the Champions League final. And he was kind of at fault. It's not like it was unjustified. Like, he did have a part to play in that happening. If he has 2 bad seasons in a row at Barca, after already almost leaving at Juventus, it was like confirmed and then he backed out at the last second. I think we're going to look at the, battles versus Vinicius as just like a one-off or just like a random occurrence, or like this guy was all hype. He showed some promise, but he never really became good. And then maybe he does move to Juventus, or maybe he goes somewhere else because nobody else thinks he's worth the 50 million that Barcelona want to offer for him. Like, his value could plummet. He's an injury away from plummeting. He's bad performances away from plummeting. The club and player reputation is seriously at stake this year. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think he's in a very bad situation because he's not a starter at Barcelona. He should have taken that money and gone to Juventus because he would be right
Would
now.
anyone have said that 2 years ago, that he wasn't a starter at Barcelona?
No, he would have been a certified starter for Barcelona all day, every day. There was not even a discussion. Christensen was not in the picture. It was Araujo. He was the new flashy gimmick out there. That fall off has been crazy. Like, Nico Martinez has come into the team, experienced, free transfer for Barcelona, and he's cooking. He won't give up his starting spot. Kubarsi, 17 years old, is now ahead of you in the pecking order. If you're Araujo, obviously the injuries have played a part and really been a detriment to his career. I think he's got to make a move to Juventus, let Barcelona take the money, and go be a starter at Juventus. He would have been perfect in now this sort of back 3 formation that Juventus want to do. And I think that will affect his play for Uruguay at the World Cup. You need consistent minutes right now. Look at Rondon going to Oviedo. Look at so many players making smart moves. Look at all the Colombians making smart moves to Europe, guys. Araujo has to do the same thing. If you want to be fresh, not even just physically, but mentally as well, being sharp as a center back, which is very key, and especially in Bielsa's sort of style, you need to be alert. Araujo's not going to get enough opportunities at Barcelona. I think he's in a bad situation here. He needs to make a move.
He's played 30 league games once in his career.
Injuries.
That was 2022. It's
That's
scary
diabolical.
hours, man. It is diabolical. Do you have Darwin Nunez on your list?
No, I actually have another Uruguayan.
Oh, can I guess?
Go ahead.
You have Ugarte.
I have Manuel Ugarte. See,
All right, break it down for us. Let's break it down.
to be honest, he's not a starter for Manchester United. I'm almost tempted to say he's not a starter anymore for Uruguay. Because I think Bentancur, I know Ugarte was unbelievable at the Bombonera and doing that funny gimmick to DeadBall and saying, look at you, bodyguard. But Bentancur is now healthy. Fede Valverde is a certified starter. I mean, God forbid, hopefully Nicolas de la Cruz or De Asiate can be the cam. Where does Ugarte fit into that? Is he going to be the DM? Should he be starting ahead of Bentancur? I think Bentancur offers more than Ugarte in that midfield position for Uruguay. And Ugarte's not going to start for Manchester United. The fans wanted him gone after half a season last year, and he cost 60 million. Where is he going to go? He's not going to get enough opportunities at Manchester United. Amorim is going to stick with the 2 midfielders. He's going to probably play Bruno as one of them. Then you have Kobe Mainu. You have Casemiro. You have Mason Mount. Ugarte that move to PSG was terrible. Then he makes another stupid move to Manchester United, which is a cesspool right now. Anything that goes there turns into garbage. Obviously, I hope that doesn't happen to certain players, but that's been the idea of it for the last couple of years. Ugarte value and valuableness to the Uruguayan national team is slowly deteriorating to the point where Bielsa's like, should I play you? Should I start you? Bentancur could get some more minutes at Tottenham if he stays healthy, and we know Fede Valverde is a certified starter. I think Ugarte is in a horrible situation. I think for Darwin just needs a move, and it's going to be confirmed that he will be sold. We just don't know where he's going to go yet, and he will be a starter, and Darwin, I think, will do better once he leaves Liverpool. I think for Ugarte, there's been no rumors of him leaving. He's not going to play at Manchester United. They only got 1 game a week. They have no European football.
And you're right. If you're looking at Uruguay specifically, what the team is gasping for breath about is creativity in the midfield, and Ugarte offers nothing in that department. They
Nothing.
don't need a destroyer. They need somebody who's going to ping in balls to the wingers and feed Darwin. That's what they need. So yes, Bentancur would work better for that. Nicolas de la Cruz would work better for that. What's my guy's name for Getafe? Ambarechi.
Yeah. He got a couple goals for Getafe last season.
Yeah, dude, he was good for Getafe last season. He's their creative player in the field. The PSG move made no sense, and then what didn't make sense either is how much money he cost for Man U, because even the PSG fans didn't really like him that much. So he's at two different clubs, big clubs. Both fan bases are like, you are not good enough. Man, I'd be trying to get out. Loan ASAP. I mean, any team. I think he's good enough for the Prem. I do.
Yeah.
But he needs to go somewhere to a team that's like, we need like a Carlos Baleba type figure in the midfield. We need you to slide tackle, and we need you to just win the ball back, play it sideways. Don't do anything else, and run. That's it. And Man U.
Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest is the team.
Oh, that would be a great pickup for Forest. Okay. Yes. Interesting. I like that. Or honestly, I don't know, maybe one of the teams that just got promoted. Like, go down
Leeds.
there. If you can't,
Leeds.
If you can't start for Leeds, you're not on the plane, baby.
You're done.
You're not going to the World Cup. You're staying in Montevideo, and it's an expensive place to be. So,
yes,
good thing you're on that Man U salary. We got a couple important Uruguayans here on the list. I'm gonna switch over to Big Bro here, and this one's a hater take. Lisandro Martinez. I think Lisandro Martinez needs to have a great season because of several factors. One, the transfer fee was still huge from Ajax. I do still think that looms over his head. You know, the Butcher of Amsterdam. That's the type of money you pay for an elite CB. So we kind of still need to see that come good. In the league, in the past 3 years, he's played 20, 11, and 27 games. So he hasn't hit 30 yet. He's got injury problems all over the place. I think what's good for him is that Amorim plays in a back three, so he probably is going to feature. I don't know if it's impossible that Lenioro, De Ligt, and Maguire start, but that would be damning. That would be a damning decision from Amorim if Licha cannot break into to that back three. And with Argentina, well, I do think if everybody's healthy, I do think Scaloni probably would pick him in most cases. I think Leonardo Balerdi from Marseille is kind of chomping at the bit to be that next Argentine CB. And if he has another good year in France and Lisandro gets hurt again or he doesn't perform well, I think he could get leapfrogged in the depth chart for Argentina.
I don't think he's going to the United States for the World Cup. I think
you don't think he's on the plane.
No, he got an ACL tear in February, bro. He's not going to make it. I think he's not going to have enough minutes at Manchester United at the top level. Like,
I thought he was due back in December, so he'll still get half a season.
He's due back in January, but you know, with the ACL tears, he's gotten so many injuries recently. Like, Lisandro's body is just completely taking a toll on him, and I feel bad for him because he is a good player on his day, but I think the injuries are going to cost his career at this moment in time and cost his spot with Argentina. Like, right now, yes, they don't have like the greatest like squad depth in the center back role, but Otamendi and Guti Romero are certified. Balerdi, he could be like a certified backup. Then they have the guy at Independiente. Oh my God, I've been looking at him so much. Lomanonko or something like that. The CB at Independiente. This guy's a stud, by the way. People need to watch him. I can't remember his name. Oh, it's gonna
young guy.
He's like 23, 24. He was just rumored to go to Bayern Munich. Stud of a center back. I watched him against Boca. Great player. So yeah, Lisandro's position within the national team is definitely under fire. And if he doesn't get enough game time, especially with the World Cup and consistently playing for Amorim with the three in the back formation, which I think will fit him really well, I don't think he's going to America. I think he will be watching from home.
Do you think he'll stay at Man U?
If he's still injury prone, I think they will try and cash in on him. How much was his transfer fee?
65 million.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy money, man.
At maximum, they're getting 20 million for him right now, just because of the injuries.
Here. I'm looking up when his contract expires because I'm curious. I think it's 2027. It is 2027. Ain't no way that gets extended. No way that gets extended. And he's got to ball out.
They're going to try and cash in on him next year. Get like 15 to 20. If the injuries continue, I think he's going to get a move.
The hope is in the second half of the season, he's so good that they're like, all right, we'll extend him a year or two maybe because of the injury risk. But I don't think anybody's offering Lisandro a 5-year contract.
No.
That would be insanity.
He'd probably go to Saudi Arabia, in all honesty.
Yeah. Maybe back to Argentina, but I don't know who could afford him besides River, and they already got Lucas Cuarta. I mean, they have every old Argentine defenders already returned. Yeah. There's no room. There's literally, they got Montiel's back there. Varela, I think like the whole freaking team is at River right now. There's no space. And Boca, I don't know if he's going to Boca. I don't know what his affiliation was.
Why would anybody want to go there, bro? It's a sinking ship. That's already sunk.
Then I guess it's up to Lanús or somebody to buy him. I mean, it would be ridiculous. And I don't know how much money is here. I think Iker Muniain was like, I haven't been paid in months when he was with
San Lorenzo.
San Lorenzo, yeah. Yeah. So not good for Lisandro. You got any other players?
Okay, I got one more. I'm going to keep it in Buenos Aires. I hate this player so much. I think he's so overrated. I honestly think he's so trash. And yet he's still getting selected to the national team because he gives things off the ball. Nico Gonzalez is in a make or break season. Because he had a horrific year at Juventus, and every Juventus fan want him sold. I mean, you can ask any Juventus fan, they want him sold. And they paid 35 to 40 million for him from Fiorentina. He was on loan last season.
Was he worse than Tim Weah?
Yes. Nico Gonzalez was terrible for Juventus. To me, if Weah actually gave some decent moments for Juventus, and he got sold to Marseille now. Nico Gonzalez, his pecking order within the national team, slowly decreasing as well, because you're seeing all the young ballers now show up for Argentina, and you still got Echeverri, you still got Nico Paz, you still got a lot of good players that could break through into the Argentina team for next year. And I think Nico Gonzalez, his role for the national team is what now? What is it? Just a bench player. And if you're not playing for Juventus, you're not going to get selected by Scaloni, because Scaloni will realize, oh, you're not playing for your club anymore. You're not being impactful for the national team. All right, we can move on from you because we have so many talented players. So I think Nico Gonzalez, I don't rate the guy whatsoever. I think he's highly overrated, and he shouldn't be anywhere near the Selección de Argentina. I think it's right now make or break season.
What can he do that Giuliano can't do?
Giuliano just is a much younger Energizer Bunny. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And he gave you a goal against Brazil. So
yeah, and he's at a much bigger club.
Mm-hmm. In a better league, a team that will go far in the Champions League under a very good manager. I think Giuliano is going to be the guy now for Scaloni, which is crazy, by the way. Crazy, because I don't think he's a fantastic footballer, but his hard work will be so pivotal, I think, to Argentina still.
Yeah, and Argentina's got a lot of young attackers coming up. And Nico Gonzalez already has a reputation of being like the non-clinical, like unluckiest, cursed, if you want to say, player in the front line, like about his Copa America performance and everything. I think at some point Argentina's pity or empathy will run out, and they'll be like, nah, man, we're trying to win this World Cup, and we can't do that with you. So thanks for trying hard and running, but we're going to get somebody else in here. I completely agree. I had one other player. I'll just go through this super quick. I had Guido Rodriguez from West Ham and Argentina again. He's basically played himself out of the Argentine squad. He was trash for West Ham last season. I think he's so firmly behind Paredes and Palacios in the depth chart now. It's not even funny. And so I think his Argentina career is probably already done, unless he cooks for West Ham this season, which he still can't replace Thomas Suchek, and there's Edson Alvarez there as well. So that's a problem. I feel like it's back to La Liga is what he needs to do ASAP. Get out, go somewhere. Maybe not back to Betis necessarily, although I'm sure they would take him. But nah, he's not good enough for the Prem, and he's not going to be on the plane if he doesn't leave.
Yeah, I don't think he's anywhere near the Selección at the moment, so he'll probably have to watch it from home in Buenos Aires.
What about Oliver Sane?
Oliver Sane. See, I didn't think of any Peruvians. What about Alexis Sanchez? Is this a make or break season for Alexis Sanchez?
Bro, it's a make or break. Arturo Vidal, man. If he doesn't come good this year, I was trying so hard to think of a Chilean or Peruvian. I was like, I think Sane's done as like a wonder kid or like a hype kid for Peru. I think that's fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
He got what, 1 game for Burnley last season or 2 games?
Yeah, it's not. Looking
Why is
good
he
for
still
him.
there?
It's not looking good for him. He's not going to get any minutes in the Premier League. To be fair, there is one player for Chile that has a make or break season, and that's Dario Osorio for Midtjylland.
Okay.
Because he's not.
I thought about him.
He's not starting for Midtjylland at the moment. I think that's like the only Chilean where you look like, okay, please, you're our only saving grace right now. You have some talent. You have Benfica were actually linked to him during this transfer window, which would have been a really exciting move for Osorio. I think he's in a make or break season because he didn't have a great end of the season for Midtjylland, and now he's just a bench player as they're trying to get to the Champions League. Not looking great for Chileans' hopes.
And losing minutes with Chile as well. Like,
yes.
When Gareca got there, he was like the dude, and now he's been experimenting with other options because he's not performing in the qualifiers. And that's not his fault. The team sucks, but yeah, he was better. He was better 2 seasons ago. Like, he took a step back last year, and I don't know where else he's going to go. I mean, if he's lucky, he goes to another club in Denmark or something. If he's unlucky, he's playing for Colo Colo, and it's like, oh God, this is really bad. I mean, I hate to say that, but like Oliver Sane too. I'm like, dude, just get out of Burnley. You're nowhere near good enough. Go to Portugal. Go to Braga or something and try to break in there. I mean, something way more manageable. You will still get minutes with Peru. I promise. But Peru's down bad. You see Tapia went to the UAE on a free. It's crazy, man. It's just
praying for my Peruvians out there, guys.
Pray for Peru, man.
Was good.
Yeah, at least they've been historically good recently. I think Piero Quispe is doing okay for Pumas too. So there's like one shining light there in the Peruvian team. But guys, that's the video. Those are the players that are in a make or break season from South America. You guys let us know if we forgot anybody down below in the comments. Again, make sure you're subscribed to both DeadBall TV and Michael. Channel link will be in the description. Social media links in the description. We appreciate you guys for watching or listening. We'll see y'all in the next one.